Hello, hello, and welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and as you can no doubt see, today I'm working on part 2 of my February Kateinthenest pouch. I believe when I left you last time, we'd placed the doilies and all the flowers, and then I stitched them all down. I stitched in these little ribbon loops. Don't know why, just thought they were cute. And then I used a heat erasable pen, which I haven't erased yet, just to draw these squiggles and these sort of, I call them Jennifer Clouston type flowers, just to sort of add a little bit more to it. So today I want to put on my raindrops. I said to you about having these little glass beads. So we're going to start and we're going to put on some raindrops. Now I figure that if we're going to try and be realistic, the rain's going to fall down. So I'm going to start about here. Make sure I've got a knot in this thread, that always helps. So yeah, I'm going to start about here. There we go. It's been decided. That is where my first raindrop is going to go. So I just pick up a bead. Usually you can pick them up on the needle, but I'm blind as a bat these days, so get one in my hand. There we go. And I get that. Don't want to knock them all flying. Turn it round a little bit. Going to get that on there and pop my needle through the back. Actually, I'm going to turn it completely upside down. There you go. I'm going to come back through. Want at least 2 stitches in each one. So there is raindrop number 1. You can just sort of see it sparkling. As I say, they're going to fall sort of down, aren't they? So I think we'll have one over there. Whoops. Oh no, I've pulled my needle off my thread. That's no good, is it? Anyway, how are you all? Are you happy, safe and well? I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody that tuned in to the first video for this February pouch. There was quite a lot of you, and many of you left comments, which is great. Thank you very much. I'm sure you know by now that not only do I thoroughly enjoy reading your comments, but they really help keep a YouTube channel alive. And with me having been missing quite a bit recently with the things going on, you know, the life things, my channel does need any help that you can give it. So let people know, you know, that I'm back and I'm raring to go again, as it were. I don't want to put too many of these on. I don't want it to be flooded literally with raindrops. I don't want an ocean developing or anything weird like that. So then we're going to go one there. I'm just going to keep it down this middle section, I think. And I really need some new thread because I'm going to end up pulling it off again. I can feel it coming. So what have you been up to? Are you doing a pouch, or did you just tune in for the stitching side of things? I think they're proving there's a bit of red thread there. Just pull that off. I think they're proving quite popular. I'm seeing quite a few videos, people doing these pouches. Right, I think I'm gonna finish this one off here, and we'll get a nice new long bit of thread to make sure I don't, yeah, see, I've pulled it off again already. Right, so I've seen an awful lot of the Roxy's Journal Stitchery art pieces as well, where people are doing their, I think they called them tablescapes, didn't they? That's like a landscape of a table. Kitchen table, I think most people are doing. That didn't quite appeal to me, so I've left that alone. Also, with regard to stitching, I've got quite a lot on, haven't I? I'm doing this, and obviously I'm still working on my Just Because quilt, and I'll be honest, I've totally lost my way with that. I started off, if you remember, marking out 5-inch squares so that I could work in multiples, and whilst that has basically maintained itself, which is fine, what I found is I did we started in September, didn't we? So I did September, October, then I came down here for November, then I went back up there for December and January. I've put February on the end, which I've already done, and then March seems to be over here somewhere. It's all got a little bit sort of lost and waylaid. I really need to spend some time looking at it and thinking about it before I move any further forward and bring it back to camera. Also, the thing is, I mean, it is so huge, I can't really get it on the desk, you might remember. So at the moment I'm working on it on my dining room table, which is fine, but I can't get my camera down there. There's literally nowhere to hang my camera, so I don't quite know, but anyway. Right, let's have a little look. How are we doing? Oh yes, see, they really, the clear glass really picks up the light, so that's what I wanted. That's great. Oh. I love it when a plan comes together, you know what they say. It's always good. Oh. I've got this year's subscription of the Somerset Studio magazine again. Didn't have it last year, but you may remember I had it the year before, and I did a number of projects in that. And this year I've decided that the projects I do for that are over on my Ko-fi page, so that's something you're interested in seeing. That's where you'll find those. Whoops. I know it's very difficult because different supporters tune in for different videos. Some tune in only for stitching. Some are very kind and tune in to whatever I do. Others only tune in for paper, and that's, you know, it's absolutely fine because it's what we like, isn't it? You know, we all like different things. I think I'm just going to do one more running down the vase, because the lyrics are actually raindrops on roses, aren't they? Which is why I've not done any of the other flowers. I've just concentrated on these two what I'm calling cabbage roses in the middle. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I've pulled the needle off. Doesn't matter how long the thread is, does it? I'll get that back on. She says, famous last words, isn't it, really? Let's snip a fresh end. Often find that helps. There we go. Right. So yes, I think just one more raindrop. Now we started here on this, so I think it needs to go there-ish. About there. And that'll be our last raindrop. Then I want to sew round the edge of this vase, and I believe I'm going to call that the front done, and then I can start working on the back, and then when I'm finished we can get that lining in, which we're going to need because it's very, very messy inside. Right, this one's got 3 strings running through it. Flip that through. You see it's very messy inside. But that's the beauty of having a lining, isn't it? We don't have to worry about that. Get a nice knot around there. Okay, we'll trim that off. Okay, so that's my raindrops running through. Okay, now I want to work on the edge of this vase, so I'm going to get, I don't want that one, I have this one. Get a new needle, get rid of that red, that's orange that's in there, that's from the Just Because quilt. I'm going to use this navy blue, I think, yeah, so, and I'm just going to do a running stitch that I'm then going to whip. That's how I did all of these, just a whipped running stitch. It's alright, I lost sight of my needle for a minute. There it is. So, when I was here last, I did talk about adding some greenery, but once I'd put all this white on, I decided it wasn't really necessary, so I didn't. I just stuck with the white. Right, so I'm just going to pick up that flower. That could actually do with another stitching. That's about the distance I want to come in, and I'm just going to do a running stitch all the way around. Now this is quite thick here because not only is this an upholstery fabric, but you may remember that I put the bondle web on to stick it down and hold it in place, so it's very, very thick, but we're getting there. It's not a major problem, is it? Somebody did mention in one of the comments that some of the ribbon roses might be a good idea to fill in, but I think I'm saving that kind of thing for the back, because on the front here I've got this very large domineering almost imposing image of this vase with this, what I think is a beautiful bouquet inside, whereas on the back I want to do each individual square different. I mean, it'll be the same in that it'll have a flower theme and it's going to be blue and white, but I want each square to have its own little identity, if you like. So that's what I'm going to do on the back. Okay. This bit is so hard to hold. There's so much of it with the, you know, the texture and the 3-dimension flowers that it's really, you know, thick and chunker. Oh, I think it's coffee time. Excuse me a minute. And I want to make sure that I go under there, because of course the vase should be under that trailing piece. So make sure I've got my stitch underneath, although I'm not quite sure how that's going to work when I do my whipping. I have to have a think about that. That's it, that looks better. And then, plus of course I'm stitching over these patchwork seams. Whoops. Right, so we've got that hidden right under that doily now. So now, if you turn it round, if you haven't done this, and use your eye, and it's just gonna whip its way round each stitch. Now, if I go right underneath that white spirally thing, perfect, and then come right back up the other side, hopefully it will look like it's behind. Oh look, didn't do it far close enough. Perhaps when we get round the end I can do a little stitch there and join that up. Obviously it's functional because it's an added hold down, even though I've got the bundle web underneath, but it also looks attractive. Well, I think it does. So 2 reasons for doing that. If you've got a tiny one, then you can definitely use the spiky bit of your needle. bang it around again. The only thing when you're doing this is you do have to make sure that you always thread from the same side, because I started at the bottom. I need to make sure I stay at the bottom, and I need to pull that needle up because we don't want double thread line. There we go. And it's quite quick to do. And then when you get to the end, just go all the way through to the back to like adhere it down. So there's the penultimate, there's the last one, and then I just go all the way through. Okay, now we need to try and correct this, don't we? Because there's a gap there that I'm not happy about. So come up, that's like a split stitch I've created there now. Perfect. Okay, so finish this off. Okay, now I did say, where was it? This flower here, it needs another couple of stitches, and I need to iron off my pen lines, but otherwise I'm going to call that done for my front. So what I'm going to do on the back is I'm going to use each square, as I say, individually. So this one, for example, I've already got a rose on there, as you can see. Might have to put some more raindrops on there, but this is the seam obviously of a pair of jeans because I use denim. I can do some little flowers there like they're on a window ledge. So let's just use this orange that's here, and I can do like a, we go for 3 because I love odd numbers. So we've got the cabbage in that one. We can have some like, oh, it's supposed to be blue and white, isn't it? So I can't use that. Da-da. Use the white, Claire. See, I stopped myself. I bet you were shouting at me, wasn't you? It was because I didn't want to get up and find another colour, but of course all my colours are here. Duh. Right. I very nearly did that orange, didn't I? So right, okay. Let's get a knot on here. Have we been very long? Oh no. Haven't hit half an hour yet. That's okay. Good. So if I come in here, okay, then I do a chain stitch, and I pop that down and go down to there. Okay. And do another little chain stitch, pop that down and come up there. Turn it round. there. Put that in, come up there. Oh, that one's a bit little, isn't it? You've got a bit super tight with that one, Claire. Oh well. And there, because we have to have an odd number. So there's our 5th petal, and pop it down there, come down below. Sorry, I know I keep flicking it round, don't mean to give you a headache. I do a little back stitch, like so, right down to that seam. And then a little leaf on that side. I'm going to make it a bit like a children's drawing, I think. You know how a young child draws a flower and everything's sort of symmetrical, you have exactly the same leaves on either side. Like when they draw a house, there's always a door in the middle and a window either side. Now some people, see, it's quite cute, isn't it? Some people do live in houses like that, but most of us don't. So I'm just going to do 3 of these. And then I think we'll call it quits for today. And for some homework, I will what will I do for homework? Oh, I'll do that stitching. I'll stitch down that side of that rose and I'll line off all those pen lines. And then we've got 2 of the squares on this side done. And I love the simplistic way, the almost naiveness of these flowers. I like stitching through denim. Okay, and then there. So there's 2. Might put a little pearl in the middle of them. Oh, come on, Claire, please have enough thread. Please have enough thread. Oh, I don't think we're going to, are we? No, we're not. Ah, I'm going to have to get some more thread. So, I'm going there. We'll close that off. And then we'll get a bit more. And yes, I think we're going to stick. Although we've got pearls there, haven't we? I wonder if I've got a little white bead. No, the only white I've got is pearls. Or I suppose we could put the raindrops, but they look too big. I have to have a little think about that. But I do feel like a little white. Oh, is there a blue one in there? No, I don't believe there is. Right, anyway, let's concentrate on getting these flowers finished. Perhaps the answer then is a good old-fashioned French knot. Oh, goodness me. Going by side. Come on. There you go. You know you want to. There you go. Right. 2 more of these little daisy flowers, petals. Whoops. Claire, calm down. Why are you getting yourself all excited? Calm down, woman. Right. Yes, I am loving the naivety of these little flowers. It's good. Just before I turn the camera on, I went upstairs and discovered that Bo, little moo that she is, has pulled all the big covers right down to the footboard. I've got a head down a footboard on my bed, into this great big scrunched up pile. 4 wraps, I think, and got herself actually in my bed, which she knows is naughty-ish. She's supposed to be on, well, not supposed to. She's allowed to be on the bed 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. But she's not supposed to be in it. And she just looked at me like a defiant teenager, as if to say, yes, Mum. Now what? So I must admit, I just left her. She's getting on a bit now, and she wants some creature comforts. So I'm a very bad mum, letting her get away with what she wants. But you'll notice she's been very quiet lately, hasn't she? We don't really hear her on video anymore. That's all part of her spending much of her time sleeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, down. I did do 2 in that first one because I wasn't happy with the position of it, but that's all good. There you go. So I'm gonna feed this through with a knot like that. And there you go. We've got 3 little daisies in that one, and I'm just going to go through and do different things in different ones. So we got a cabbage rose, 3 little daisies, and then on our front, which I just need to iron and stitch this down. As always, a huge thank you for you spending time with me today. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.